Alright, warriors and thralls and hunters. Time for another game of Age of Sigmar 4th Edition. Skaven versus Nighthaunt. We've got the Ghost versus a bunch of rats. Today we're going to play with a little bit of bigger armies because the last few games have been a bit smaller and I want to just enjoy the game just a bit more. So this might be a little longer, but I hope you enjoy. Now, we will be playing, this is about 800 points, give or take. The Skaven is definitely 800. Nighthaunt is like 7 something, because if I included just one more hero model, it would have been 1,010 points, or 1,020, and I just don't have enough of that. I did not know this is my biggest army, but apparently it is. But we're going to start with the two losers from the last two games. So let's get started with Skaven. Our Skaven is going to be led by this Gracier, who I don't know his stats because I haven't played him for a while. But he'll be throwing spells hopefully around the board. He is accompanied by 20 Clan Rats, 3 Storm Vermin, the Warp Lightning Cannon, and then the Warlock Bombardier with his, rocket launcher. Our Nighthaunt will be led by Lady Alderney, the Matriarch of Grief. I don't know how to pronounce that name. She's followed by 4 Banshees, 10 Chain Rasp, a few of these Stalkers, and the Dread Harrows. As usual, we're going to see who goes first. Red will be Skaven, white will be Nighthaunt. Alright, the rats go first. Okay, so I'm out of range to do anything during my hero phase, so we're going to move into the movement phase. Alrighty, our little horde of rats have moved up. It's time to start shooting the guns. So we're going to start with the Rattling Gunner. The Rattling Cannon is 15-inch, 3d6, 4 sit, 4 3 to wound, 1 rend, 1 damage. 3d6. Yikes. Alright, so 16 shots from the Rattling Gunner going into the Banshees, hitting on 4s. Not bad. Wounding on 3s. Lovely. These lovelies have a 4-up save, and because they're Nighthaunt, they have a trait called Ethereal, which ignores all modifiers of save rolls for friendly Nighthaunt units, which also means they ignore Rend. She's get their 4-up save. Okay, got 3 wounds. 2 health each, so one is down and another one takes the wound. Next we have the Warp Fire Thrower. He's gonna fire his Warp Fire Projector into the Banshees again. This time 2d6 attacks. 5 and 3, so it's 8 attacks. These suckers hit on 2s, wounding on 4s. Oh, okay, that's not bad. That could have been better, though. Alright, wounding on 4s. That could have been better. And 4-up save. One's fine, and the other's also fine. Alright. Right after that shooting, we're going to have the Bombardier unload his weaponry into the Stalkers. He did not move this turn, so he's going to be able to see how much damage he does by rolling 2 on a dice, or roll dice. On a 2, you get damage characteristics of the character D3 plus 3 for the rest of the turn. On a 1, inflict mortal damage to my unit. Okay, anything but a 1. Okay, I take a wound. Well, that sure as hell didn't do jack shit. Alright, so, damn, that sucks. I'm still gonna roll to take the shot because that was just to see if I can get better damage, but it's 2 attacks hitting on 4s. Never mind. Alright, we're going to get the Warp Lightning Cannon to fire its Lightning Blast into the Matriarch of Grief. Since he is 6 inches away from a Scryer hero, being the Warlock Bombardier, he gets +6 to his attack characteristics, which is lovely. So it's 2d6, so 8 attacks. Alright, 4s to hit. And each one of these Each hit inflicts 1 mortal damage on the target, and the attack sequence ends. So that's already 4 mortal wounds on the Mortriarch. Sadly, that is all the shooting I have for my Skaven, and I don't really want to charge just yet, although I feel like I'm going to get charged next turn. Let me think. Yeah, I'm too out of range, so it's going to be Nighthaunt, turn 1. Alright, so at the beginning of Nighthaunt turn 1, we're going to use the Ultrarock's wizard ability, Spirit Drain. Pick a friendly Nighthaunt wizard to cast a spell with 2d6. Roll a number of dice equal to the number of models in the target unit. For each 5, inflict more mortal wounds on the target. So she's going to cast a spell on these guys, but first, casting of the spell. 2d6, need a 7. 5, 10. That goes off. Okay. Alright, so roll a number of dice equal to the number of models. So that's 20 models, 20 dice, 5 up, instant mortal wound. Okay, there's a few. And just like that, the front line of the Skaven clan rats are just deleted. 5 rats just gone. Time for movement. The Nighthaunt will now be shuffling forward. Oh yeah, the ghostly parade is not terrifying at all as it ascends across the table. And the only one that has a shooting attack is the Lady Mortriarch. She has Horrible Visage, which is a 12-inch range, 1 attack. Oh my god, hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s, 3 rand, d6 damage, critting on 6s. Ugh. And of course she's going to cast that on the this Gracier to show the superior magic ability. It is only 1 attack though, so 2s to hit. And it goes off. No, 2s to wound. The rat laughs in the face of the dead. Yeah, and then everything starts going into charge phase and things go downhill from there. The Mortriarch Grief into the Gracier. I believe that's in. I don't even know if I need to bother rolling for these guys, because... yeah, they're in. The lads in the back. They're definitely in. These are going to go into those. Yes, most of them, some of them. And then the Banshees are going to crash into the Warfire Throwers. Or Gatling Gunners, they're in too. Well, isn't that just a mess of ghostly tendrils and knives? The fair lady will do her attacks into the Gracier. She has 4 attacks with her Staff of Midnight, hitting on 4s. Okay. Wounding on 3s. That's could have been better. So, Rand makes it so you get -1 to your wound. And the Gracier only has a 6-up save, so he doesn't get his save. So he takes D3 damage. Lordy. He takes D3 damage. 2. And now for the Spectral Calls of the Handmaidens. 6 attacks hitting on 4s. Really? Wounding on 4s. Okay, I guess not. The rat lives. The rat has 3 attacks hitting on 4s. Alright. Wounding on 4s. Okay. The Mortriarch ignores the rend, but still takes D3 damage. So each one is 3 damage each. That's 6 damage. She has 3 health left. She's gone. Damn. Well, right back into it. We're going to get these 2 attacking into the Banshees. The Banshees get to go first, so sad. Alright, so they have 2 attacks. They have 2 attacks each, so that's 6 attacks. And they auto wounding on 6. They're all critting on 6s, so 4 is to hit. Give them 3s to wound. Okay, that's... The Storm Fiends get -2 to their save because of Rend, so their 4-up save becomes a 6-up save. Okay, so they save 1, and each one of these is D3 damage, I think. How much damage did they take? That's 3, so that's 3, 6, 9 damage. among these two models. So that's one fat rat down. And one is brought down to 3 wounds. Luckily for us, the warp fire projector shoots in combat. Hence 2d6 into them. That is 7 attacks. Alright, hopefully I can roll 4s this time. But first, 2s to hit. Alright. And then 4s to wound. Please wound. That's better. It's only 1 damage each, but it's better than nothing. 4 up. Alright, that's okay. So that one with the 1 wounded goes down and then moves it on to... No, they got 2 wounds each, so 2 more die. So all 10 of these suckers are within combat, so that's going to be 20 attacks. Hitting on 4. Alright, 20 attacks hitting on 4s. Critting with 6s. We got 1 6, which is lovely. The rest are 5s. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Alright, he goes down from 6 to 5 wounds, and then he gets 5 4-up saves. He takes 3 more wounds. Alright, this dude has the Doomflare Gauntlets, which is 5 attacks hitting on 4s and wounding on 2s. Let's see if he can do better. 4s to hit. 2 hits. 2s to wound. That's better. They ignore Rend, but that takes D3 damage. And the D3 damage is... 2. Or, no, that's D3. Yeah, it's 2. And as impossible it is, that giant rat just punched 2 ghosts to death. Alright. Moving on to the Stalkers. All but one of the Stalkers are in close combat with the rats. So they're hitting on... There's only 6 attacks then, because they have 2 attacks base. Hitting on 4s. Alright. Wounding on 3s. Alright. And they get Rend, plus 1 damage from the charge, and auto wounding. So, yeah. I'm just gonna move 2 dudes because, actually, damage... Hold on. So, it goes from 1 damage to 1 damage to 2 damage. And it's 2 dice that were rolled. So that's 4 damage. So 4 Skaven are just deleted. The Dreadblades. Why are you off kilter like that? What are you doing? That's fair. Alright, they're going to start their attacks. Hitting on 4s. One has decided to commit jump. Okay, now there are only 1 on 4s. That's sad. Wounding on 3s. Thank you. It's 2 damage and it's 1 attack, so 2 more are just gibbed. Their ethereal steeds have their attacks hitting on 3 attacks each, so 5s to hit. Okay. And 3s to wound. Cool. It surprisingly doesn't have Rend, so our little rat buddies get their 6-up save. 1 lives. No, and no. 2 more die. Alright, so this is BS. The Skaven clan rats are going to attack back into the Stalkers. 2 attacks hitting on 2 attacks each hitting on 4s. Lovely. And wounding on 5s. Okay, not bad. The Stalkers have a 4-up save. I don't know, 2 die. They only have 1 health, so I guess this is expected. And that will end Nighthaunt turn 1. Lord. Also, at the end of any turn, the Skaven get to bring back D3 models, so... Ooh. 2 more come back to that little unit of rats. Alright, let's check out our dead pile before we move on to Skaven turn 2. The ghosts have taken out... Oh, hold on. That's not the entire clan rat unit. Oh, there's the rest of them. So this is the dead pile for Skaven. And here's the dead pile for Nighthaunt. And it's time for Skaven turn 1. Sadly. At the beginning of Skaven turn 1, we're going to have the Warlock use the Wither on actually this unit to try to see if we can get him out of the combat. So, it's, he rolls D3 instead of 2D6. No, he rolls 3D6 instead of 2D6 to cast spells because he's a good little wizard. Okay, so I need 6s. Okay, that definitely gets it off. And it inflicts D3 mortal damage, so... That's 3. That is gone. Which frees up him to do whatever he wants in his next turn, which is lovely. Going into our movement phase, we're going to move around just a bit of the jumbly-wumbly mess. So first of all, they are no longer in actual coherency with this unit. So this unit is no longer in combat because they killed so many of them, which means we can move around and start doing damage to them. First things first, we need to move him over here so he can charge the charge phase. We're going to move the warp lightning cannon back a bit just so that it can still fire, as well as the warlock bombardier will also get into range so he may fire his shot. As for our warlord, he's just gonna check out for a bit and just watch the battle, and then we're gonna start shooting things. Alright, so the warlock bombardier is gonna fire his doom rocket into the dread blaze. Hopefully this time not rolling a 1 when I want to get the effect of more doom. 2+. Lovely. Let's reiterate. On a roll of dice on a 2+, set the characteristics for the doom rocket to D3+3 for the rest of the turn. On a 1, I would have taken a mono wound, but we didn't. So it's D3+3. So it's 3D+3. That's 6 damage. Holy moly. But of course I actually had to hit the sucker, so 2 attacks hitting on 4s. Alright. Wounding on 3s. They both wound. They have a 4-up save, or they take 6 damage each. Yeah, they're both freaking gone.
All I hear is the maniacal laughter of this rat in my head.
Well, that was amazing he was taking him out. I was hoping the warp lightning cannon would actually do that, but I guess not. So we're just going to move into the charge phase. This absolute unit is going to charge from behind. Now, is he successful? Yeah, that'll do it. So the warp fire projectile will shoot into combat with his 2d6 attacks. And that is not bad. That's 6 attacks. Alright, it's hitting on 2s. Okay. Sadly wounding on 4s. That's still better than last time. The chain rats have a 5-up save. And 3 more go down. The lad with the doom flares are going to go next. He has 5 attacks hitting on 4s. That is a good amount of number. Then he's wounding on 2s. Very nice. 5-up save for the ghost. Alright, and okay. So 1 takes D3 damage, which is 2. Or actually, no, it's D3, so it's 1 damage. So 1 just dies. The remaining ghosts are going to just try to bring down the mighty rat, hitting on 4s. Okay. And wounding on 5s. Not a single one. Damn. So they're currently tied up in this combat. And, okay, we're going to move on to Finally, we're going to move on to this mess of combat. The rats are going to attack some more ghosts. There are 9 rats here. They have 2 attacks each, hitting on 4s. Okay. I just realized 2 of those are 6s. And they crit auto wound. So these 2 are actually just dead. So that ends the combat phase for Skaven turn 2. So more clan rats come back. 3 more come back. And then we go into Nighthaunt turn 2. Which is just these 4 remaining lads. What are you doing there? Surrounded by hulking monstrosities of flesh and hate. But we'll try it out. Alright, so 8 attacks from these lads hitting the absolute unit. Hitting on 4s. Oh, there's an automatic wound. So they just gotta deal 1 more wound to him. So wounding on 5s. Okay, we got 2 wounds. They have no rend, so it's just gonna be a normal 4-up save for the dude. And he goes down! Wow, they're actually able to do that. Now, is the Warp Fire Thrower gonna be able to actually deal with the remainder of them? 5 attacks from the Warp Fire Thrower. No, not 5 attacks. It's 2d6. Right. So 6, 11 attacks. Okay. 11 attacks, hitting on 2s. Actually, no. Yeah, hitting on 2. Wounding on 4s. Okay, so it's... Alright. And they get a 5-up save. Okay, only 2 die. I would say I would call it here, because what's going to happen is the clanrats are going to charge. Actually, I wonder if I can just deal damage to them. Hold on. Skaven turn 3. Also, at the end of Nighthaunt turn 2, 2 more Skaven clanrats come back. At the end of any turn, roll D3 and get more rats. Anyway, the Grey Seer is... this is too funny. The Grey Seer is going to cast the Withering again, and on a roll of 13 on 3 dice, a roll of 6 on 3 dice, D3 mortal wounds. Yeah, that goes off. But how many mortal wounds does this unit take? 1. You really? I couldn't do it. Okay. Down to 1 left. I don't even want to bother with... Actually, no. If we're going to do this, going all that. We're going to turn the clan rats into that. They need 4 inches. Actually, no. They need more like 5 inches, but... they're in. Actually, no, they're not. Damn. In which case, the Warp Fire Thrower is going to do his attacks again, because I'm a glutton for punishment, and I like seeing things to the end. But he has, as usual, 5 attacks, hitting on 4s. Actually, no. It's not 5 attacks. I keep thinking it's the Doomflayer. It's not. It's 2d6 attacks. 7. Hitting on 2s. Alright. Wounding on 4s, which are hard to roll for some reason today. 3 of them. He ignores Brent, so he gets his 5-up save. Just needs to fail 1. And yeah, they all failed. He's gone. Skaven victory. I grabbed him to take him off the table, and his arm broke out the wrist. Ugh. Don't worry, he's all better. Hopefully. And that is a Skaven victory, ladies and gentlemen. That was fun. Oh, okay. So, as usual, I would like to thank you for watching. Like, comment, the usual pleasantries. Yeah. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, you just like my video. I don't know. It's been a tough month. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.